film begins with a young woman named Daisy, who works as a content moderator for a large social media company. Her job is to review videos that users report as disturbing or inappropriate, then decide whether to delete them or keep them according to the company's policies. Daisy has full authority to remove any video she considers unsuitable. The problem is that Daisy spends 8 hours a day in front of a computer, watching content coming from different places online, and many of these clips are harsh and emotionally damaging. It becomes clear later that she's not the only one affected. Many of her co-workers are struggling as well. One of them, named Bob, completely loses his temper and starts screaming during work hours. Daisy expresses her disagreement with the company's policies after deleting a clip of a woman jumping off a tall building. This angers her manager, who argues that since the video was posted on a news site, deleting it puts the company at risk for violating freedom of expression. Daisy responds that she's not against free speech. She's against the irresponsible spread of horrifying content. But the manager insists on following policy. Otherwise, Daisy will be fired. In her personal life, Daisy tries to get rid of the disturbing images stuck in her head. She looks for anything to distract her mind, including dating apps, hoping to convince herself that she can still live a normal life. But nothing works, and she can't find a guy she genuinely likes. One night, her neighbor knocks on her door and asks her to watch his daughter, Violet, because his work schedule changed. Daisy agrees, seeing it as a chance to break out of her exhausting routine. But she's shocked when the child opens an adults-only website. Daisy pulls her away and suggests watching a cartoon instead. They agree and end up having a pleasant time together. The next day, Daisy tells her friend Ava that she has realized their job is one of the worst in the world. But at the same time, it protects many people from seeing disturbing content. They both return to work afterward. While working, Daisy comes across a video showing a woman being tortured, with nails being driven into her body while she screams in agony. The scene is so brutal that Daisy faints and is taken to the hospital. After recovering, Ava advises her to take a short break to clear her mind, and Daisy agrees. But the next day, Daisy receives a message with an extremely expensive hospital bill. She calls the hospital and confirms that the bill is real and that she isn't covered by any health insurance. Because of this, she cancels her break and returns to work. She needs the money. Daisy tries to forget the video, but fails. She even resorts to using illegal substances during her break, hoping to numb the horrific images, but nothing helps. She decides to confront her manager and demands that the police be notified because the video clearly shows a real crime. The manager refuses, claiming the video might be staged or consensual performance art. Daisy insists it's real because the victim's screams couldn't possibly be acted. But the manager refuses out of fear the company will get in trouble if the video turns out to be fake. Meanwhile, Bob meets with the company's therapist, who tells him to stop screaming because it disturbs his coworkers. Bob feels insulted and explains what he sees every day. But the therapist insists that this is simply the nature of the job he agreed to.
Daisy returns to her desk smoking to calm her nerves, but knowing she can't stay silent about what she saw, she eventually goes to the police station to report the video. The officer barely cares and tells her it might not even fall under their jurisdiction since they don't know where the crime took place, if it was even a crime and not acting. Daisy gets frustrated and leaves. Trying to forget everything, she goes out with Ava to a bar, drinks heavily, and returns home. But the nightmares return, pushing her to investigate the video herself. Even though it was deleted from her platform, she finds it on other sites, copies the link, and posts it on a forum, hoping someone can help her identify the man in the video. The next day while working, Bob gets emotional over another disturbing video. During the break, Daisy tries to comfort him, and he calms down a little. That night, Daisy checks the forum and finds a comment from someone claiming he has identified the uploader, Despite the long distance, she travels 4 hours to the location he provided. She watches the man and follows him into a cinema. She sits behind him and notices that the film playing contains scenes similar to the torture video. She becomes convinced the man has psychological issues and is responsible for uploading the clip. After the movie ends, she confronts him. He panics, denies everything, yells at her, and runs away. Daisy realizes she made a mistake. The forum user tricked her. She goes home and contacts the user, who admits he was simply joking and that the man she followed was just his boss. Daisy feels humiliated, but she refuses to give up. The next day, she asks Bob to help her identify the real person in the video using his programming skills. Bob refuses, saying it's a violation of privacy and that he fears Daisy is going down a dangerous path. Later at home, Daisy contacts the production company behind the video and offers to work with them as an actress. The next day, investors meet with her manager to discuss the frequent fainting incidents among employees and how that affects profits. They advise her to organize a party or trip to boost team morale. The manager agrees and invites the employees to a night out at a bar. During the gathering, some of them talk about the most disturbing videos they've seen, as if discussing trauma has become normal. Bob interrupts them, saying he no longer wants to talk about work at all. And at the end of the evening, Daisy refuses to leave with her friends and chooses to stay with the waiter until he finishes his shift. When he notices she's alone, he offers to continue their night somewhere else. Daisy realizes he wants to have a relationship with her. They are about to get close, but suddenly Daisy snaps, grabs the waiter's belt, and starts hitting him violently. The waiter falls to the ground, screaming, not understanding why she is doing this. The next day at work, Daisy gets nervous when she sees police officers talking to the company's manager. She's scared they came because of what she did the night before, but Ava tells her they're investigating the death of an employee from the night shift who suffered a stroke while working. At night, Daisy is at home with Violet when she receives a message from the production company that filmed her video. It's an invitation for her to join the recording of a new video they will upload online. The recording starts in just 30 minutes. Daisy feels torn. She doesn't want to leave Violet alone, but she also doesn't want to miss the chance to confront the people behind the video face to face. She decides to leave the girl at home and promises she won't be long. When Daisy arrives at the recording location, a young man welcomes her and gives her a form to fill out and sign. Daisy ignores him and shows him a photo of the man from the video, asking if he knows him or has any information about him. The young man avoids answering and tells her phones aren't allowed inside. Daisy decides to leave, but the door's locked. He tries to convince her to stay and offers her a lot of money, but she insists on leaving. He gives up and opens the door for her. At that moment, Daisy notices he's wearing the same shoes she saw in the video and realizes he is the one who filmed it and took part in the crime. She loses her temper, sprays him with pepper spray, grabs his camera, smashes it on the floor, and leaves in shock. When she returns home, she panics when she realizes Violet is gone. Her neighbor knocks on the door and accuses her of being irresponsible for leaving his daughter alone. Daisy tries to apologize, but he refuses to listen and walks away. Despite everything, Daisy tries to live normally. Meanwhile, Bob watches a disturbing video that shocks him, so he rushes home. After calming down, he returns to work and hands Daisy an envelope containing the address of the man she's been looking for. He tells her he doesn't want to know what she plans to do with the information, but she should be careful because she's dealing with a mentally disturbed person. Daisy thanks him and assures him she will find the right way to punish someone like that. When Daisy returns home, she practices hammering nails into a piece of meat, making it clear she has chosen her method of revenge. The next day, Bob watches another shocking video and immediately goes to Daisy to show it to her. Daisy is horrified because the video shows her beating the waiter behind the bar. Bob reassures her, explaining that he already deleted the video and that many people sympathize with her, believing she was defending herself against a harasser. But Daisy tells him the waiter didn't do anything to her, that she lost control when she imagined the man from the video, and when she hit the waiter, she thought she was hitting that man. Overwhelmed by the trauma, Daisy decides to resign from her job to focus on finding the man and punishing him. She starts working night shifts at a restaurant and studies during the day to prepare for her nursing exams. After passing the exam, she attends a job interview at a large hospital. During the interview, she talks about everything she learned from her past job and mentions the most important lesson. Sometimes the only way to stop something bad is by doing something bad yourself. At that moment, the interviewer appears and it turns out he is the same man from the video. We understand that Daisy was not preparing to become a nurse. She was preparing to get close enough to reach him after discovering he works as the hospital director. And the movie ends.